How does somebody who's kicked off a POA twice go back up to that damn courthouse and get a third one without being automatically red flagged? So here's what I'm going to do effective this morning. I'm going to petition the court to give blood tests to Larry Frost, James Frost, Ronnie Ray Frost, Marcia Frost, Millie Frost, Jeff Frost, and Junior Frost. And then when their blood type does not match my mother's blood type, they go to jail for perjury. Every fucking one of them. These people aren't nothing to my mother. Nothing. They're distant relatives. But they have conned and lied and cheated and stole and done every fucking thing they can to hurt me and to get Clay County to think they're the biggest bunch of angels that ever walked the fucking earth, when they're the biggest fucking liars that ever walked the earth. Oh, James, we don't want to kick you off your property. Not even 5 minutes later. Oh, well, we're going to have to sell the property. Well, now, wait a minute. Which is it? You either say you ain't going to kick me off the property, or you're going to sell the property and kick me off of it. Make up your fucking mind. Every damn thing they've done thus far has been a felony of some kind. It's fucking weird. It's right. You know, committing felony after felony after felony after felony. Where the fuck is the goddamn police, the FBI, this supposed special prosecutor? They're just committing felonies all over the goddamn place. And where the fuck is law? Where the fuck is the justice at? Where the hell is everybody on fucking holiday? I think if I was running around committing felonies, people want to throw my ass in prison, right? Yeah, fuck yeah. I have another question for Mr. Special Prosecutor, if he exists. How does somebody get kicked off POA twice and then goes up to the courthouse and gets a third one? Inquiring minds want to know, how does that happen? Because if I got kicked off of POA twice and I went up to try to get a third one, I'd be told to go pound sand. I wouldn't be allowed to get a third one because I'd be automatically red flagged. Inquiring minds want to know. I'm asking for a friend. How the hell does that happen? You get kicked off POA twice, but yet when you go up there a third time, you can get a third POA just like that without being red flagged? Really? How does that work, Mr. Special Prosecutor? I'd love to know. I'd love to know, man. Since you're, while you're doing your digging and your little pursuits there, I just... Another thing, too, while you're at it there, Mr. Special Prosecutor, is how can somebody walk into a courtroom with a half-baked fucking document and declare it is completed? And it not even have the right damn names on it. And it cuts out the blood heir of the estate. Not only that, but then it violates Kentucky law by giving it to minor children that don't even have that aren't even adults and don't have any authority to receive the property. Is it not true, Mr. Special Prosecutor, that any document, doesn't matter what it is, it can be a will, a trust, a deed, it could be a license, whatever it is, if it does not conform to established Kentucky law, it's DOA from the get-go. Is that not true, Mr. Special Prosecutor? I believe it is. I believe that's the truth. So when James Arnold Frost goes waltzing in there with his fake-ass will and his fake-ass trust, she never even did a trust. I talked her out of the trust. Because a trust is nothing but a bunch of fucking legal battles for the rest of your natural life. Who the fuck needs that shit? But anyways, so when he waltzes into the courtroom with his fake-ass will and his fake-ass trust, he might have, according to the trolls, he pulled the trust right out of his ass anyway. But let's continue. He's, the thing of it is that neither one of them documents were in compliance with Kentucky law, which means they were DOA anyway. And the judge should have known they were DOA if they didn't conform to Kentucky law. So, Vaughn, what does Kentucky law say in regards to real estate? Oh, it says that the blood heir is sacrosanct. It says that the blood heir is all be all. It says that the blood heir is the one that inherits the property, not minor children, not distant relatives, and not strangers. The blood heir. In fact, according to Kentucky law, you must be a blood heir to even have a dog in the sign. So are the Frosts blood heir? No, they're not. So here's what I'm going to do, effective this morning. I'm going to petition the court to give blood tests to Larry Frost, James Frost, Ronnie Ray Frost, Marcia Frost, Billy Frost, Jeff Frost, and Junior Frost. And then when their blood type does not match my mother's blood type, they go to jail for perjury. Every fucking one of them. How about them, Apple? Since we're going to do shit behind my back, and we're going to accuse me of shit I didn't do, and we're going to sit there and steal my goddamn money, now you're still trying to steal my fucking property. No, we're not going to play that. Because, see, Kentucky law is very clear on that fact. You must be a blood heir. And when these Frosts all flunk their blood test, well, that's the end of that now, isn't it? So maybe that's something I need to do this morning to put a screeching halt to a lot of this shit, right, Mr. Special Prosecutor? See, the thing of it is that the special prosecutor, if they exist, I have no way of knowing because nobody tells me fuck off. But if the special prosecutor exists, the special prosecutor will know that I'm telling the truth about every fucking thing I just said, right? Yeah. Telling the absolute truth. That is established law. The blood heir of the estate is the only one that has a dog in this fight. So if they take a DNA and their DNA don't match my mama's, which it will not, because as I told you, they're from a half brother named Arnold. Well, then that's perjury right there. Boom. That's perjury. They have to be blood to my mother, and they're not. His name is James Arnold Frost for a reason. Because his bloodline is with Arnold, not with my mother. That's why he was named James Arnold Frost, because that's where his bloodline is. Common fucking sense, people. Common fucking sense, right? Yeah. Common fucking sense. All right, so his name is James Arnold Frost, then obviously he's from Arnold's bloodline, or he wouldn't have been named that. Common sense. All right, so I may pursue that avenue. It's bright and early this morning. And demand a blood test from these so-called, oh, that's my Aunt Alice. No, she ain't. No, she fucking is not. Because if she was, she sure as fuck wouldn't have been buried in a hole in the ground next to a damn dog. No, she would not. Okay, so that's what they think of Aunt Alice. Oh, we miss her so much. We loved her so much. You loved her so much, you buried her in a hole in the ground next to a dog. I mean, any moron can put two and two together and realize that was a major insult. But in any event, that's water over the. And what about stealing the damn body from the fucking hospital? Holy shit! It cracks me up, man. It cracks me up. These people aren't nothing to my mother. Nothing. They're distant relatives, but they have conned and lied and cheated and stole and done every fucking thing they can to hurt me and to get Clay County to think they're the biggest bunch of angels that ever walked the fucking earth, when they're the biggest fucking liars that ever walked the earth. Oh, James, we don't want to kick you off your property. Not even 5 minutes later. Oh, well, we're going to have to sell the property. Well, now, wait a minute. Which is it? You either say you ain't going to kick me off the property or you're going to sell the property and kick me off of it. Make up your fucking minds. But see, the point is that the idea was to never let me have the property anyway, right? Just like they denied me my family business, just like they denied me my inheritance, just like they denied me everything, all down through. Gods are taking me back, showing me every little fucking jot and tittle that they've done. So it's going to be, so if there really is a special prosecutor out, I just find it fascinating that somebody that ain't blood to my mother has swayed an entire fucking county. Actually, James Arnold Frost, from what I understand, passing that money out to the whole goddamn state. Kentucky State Police, judges, lawyers, you name it. That's what I hear. Prove me wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong on that one. Go ahead. I'd love to be proven wrong. Sure would. But anyway, so yeah. I find that fascinating. Don't you guys find that fascinating? I do. Now, it could be that there is no special prosecutor and they're all blowing smoke up my ass, right? Yeah, very well could be. But then again, there could be one. And if there is, well, then they need to do some investigating. Yeah. How does somebody who's kicked off a POA twice go back up to that damn courthouse and get a third one without being automatically red flagged? How does that work? Inquiring minds want to know. I'm asking for a friend because he should have never got a third POA. Never should have got it. I wonder if I got kicked off a POA twice and went up there to get a third one, if I could have got a third. No, they told me to go pound sand. That's exactly what they had done. You know I'm telling the truth. So how'd he get one? Good question. All right. Anyways, so what we're going to do, back to the planes, because that's what I'm here for. But I do, early in the morning, you want to get the juices flowing. So talk about personal shit, stupid shit, really, because every damn thing they've done thus far has been a felony of some kind. That's fucking weird. That's why, committing felony after felony after felony after felony. Where the fuck is the goddamn police, the FBI, this supposed special prosecutor? They're just committing felonies all over the goddamn place. And where the fuck is law? Where the fuck is the justice at? Where the hell is everybody on fucking holiday? I think if I was running around committing felonies, people want to throw my ass in prison, right? Yeah, fuck yeah.